I hope you're all well and having wonderful weeks. Today I am making a special little video for you. And the lovely folk at Ella's Kitchen have asked me to make a couple of videos. They have a series out at the moment called Britain's Weanagers, which, as it sounds, is all about the delightful weaning stage. I have watched the series and I absolutely love it. There's nothing better than watching a baby discover food and either enjoy it or not enjoy it. It's an absolute delight to watch. The babies and the parents, they are all couples from One Born Every Minute, and I am a big One Born Every Minute fan, so it was nice to see a couple of faces that I recognised from the show. It's a really inspiring series because I know that a lot of families out there, you kind of get confused. So many things are said to you about what you should and shouldn't do, and you can get all a bit confusing. So sometimes I just think seeing a couple of like case studies, seeing what people do and how it works for them, it can just kind of inspire you. And there's some great topics covered. Dad's involvement is covered, because obviously, well, if you're breastfeeding, like I breastfed, so food was something that Tom could really get involved with. And it also talks about, you know, first and second child, which I guess is something that I'm going to be experiencing. First child, you kind of agonise over every single minute detail of what you're doing, whereas second child, I have a feeling I'm going to be like, I've done it before, it's fine. And that the second child will be helped along by Buzz. That's what I imagine to be happening. I imagine, you know, coming down and then both just having breakfast. Buzz has poured it out, you know, he'll be 2. He can do that, right? A lot of the parents talk about baby-led weaning. And if anyone's thinking about weaning, you'll hear baby-led weaning and weaning, that they're separate things. I actually don't think that they are. If the baby doesn't want to eat something, they're not going to eat something. But baby-led, it's just a nice way of doing it, really. It encourages you to just let your child discover for themselves, letting them learn textures and colours and tastes, and letting them just do it all themselves. Obviously, they're not going to be in the kitchen whipping it all up. And you can guarantee, actually, that the things that you take the most time cooking, those are the things that will end up on the floor straight away, or that they simply won't like on the first mouthful. But that's fine, it's all part of the process and it's good fun. And I'm not saying it's not messy now. I mean, put a bowl of pasta in front of Buzz now and he still makes just as much mess as what he used to. I now use bibs though. I didn't always use bibs in the first time. I don't know why. Now he uses bibs, so it's a bit tidier. But maybe like a week before he turned 6 months, we decided that Buzz was ready for food. And actually I went to see my health visitor just before I was about to introduce food. And I said that we were interested in doing baby-led. And she said, why don't you do a mixture of the two? Why don't you do a bit of spooning and a bit of, you know, the solid stuff? Because their mouths are learning and there's no real wrong way of doing it. So I think that's my way of parenting as well, not to stick to a strict thing all the time, to be a bit loose with things, because we all know how unpredictable life can be. So the first food that we tried Buzz with was strawberry. He loved it. He literally just clamped down on that strawberry and went and munched away on it. He sucked on it for ages, absolutely loved it. It was absolutely fascinating to see and really emotional, actually, watching him do that. And then I think we tried broccoli and he loved broccoli. Obviously he loved pasta. The Italian in him was loving pasta. I'd roast butternut squash or sweet potato, carrots. Cucumber is one thing actually that he has always never liked. We tried to give it to him when he was younger, and we tried now that he's older, and no, just no to cucumber. That is something that is just, he doesn't like it, and I don't know why. We tried multiple things and it was just always fun to just watch and explore. For my mum and dad and for Tom's parents, I think watching us do it was quite extreme in their eyes. But I mean, we never left Buzz. We were always there. We were always supervising and watching, not like hawks, but watching him just to see that everything was fine. And you know, there are the odd times where things might be taken to the back of the mouth and there's an odd gag. They have to learn how to use their mouths. You know, pushing things in the back and getting it back up, that's all part of it, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But that doesn't stop the horror rising in you. If it happens, I just sort of sit and watch and just wait, whereas my mum goes, Giovanna! And that panics me even more. But obviously if you are giving chunks, do it responsibly. Yeah, I used to do everything in like fingers, or get things that were like, or cut bread into fingers, just so he could hold it and have a good bit in his fist and then munch on the other side. And that kind of helped for us. And also I think as we progressed, starting to have dinners where we were all eating the same thing, that was weird. I decided to get some cookbooks that hone in on the food that's really good for your child. I know that Ella's Kitchen, as we're talking about them, have a cookbook. This one's actually specifically for weaning, which is amazing. But they also have a separate cookbook and one about baking as well. Always great to get ideas. So we'd cook something in a big batch maybe, and then add a bit of salt or a bit of chili or a bit of something else for us to just liven it up a little bit more. And that's how we kind of coped with it all, really. Buzz's favourites used to be strawberry, definitely, used to be broccoli. He now no longer eats strawberry or any type of berry. Occasionally he might pick up a blueberry actually, but raspberries and strawberries, if you put him in his bowl in the morning, he'll literally just pick them up and chuck them outside, which is a habit that we're trying to get him to stop actually. We're trying to get him to realise that if he doesn't want something, it's fine, he can leave it in his bowl. We're not going to force him to eat it, but chucking it on the floor is messy. And mess. When you are weaning, there will be lots of mess. It's just best to laugh at it and just realise that it's all part of the fun and games that is weaning. And to be honest, some of my favourite photos of Buzz are ones with him absolutely smothered with food on his face. I just think they're absolutely adorable and absolutely gorgeous, and it's that thing of seeing a child just in their element, playing and discovering their food, because playing is a huge part of it. So to see Buzz with something that I've made smothered all over him, it gives me a feeling of joy and a feeling of pride. I'm going to post a little video soon on my tips for weaning, but in the meantime, please leave your comments below and let me know all about your weaning journeys. After watching Weanagers, I just want to know more. I find it so fascinating seeing how different people approach it and what babies' likes and dislikes are. I think I'm going to be chuckling my way through the comments. Anyway, I shall speak to you soon. Bye! To find out more about Ella's Kitchen's weaning channel and to watch the Britain's Weanager series, please click on the link in the description box.